You are now tuned in to the craziest podcast. Let's Talk Crazy. Hosted by Shice, the talk of the town.
Live in the mix.
DJ Rasheen. Let's get it.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town, and you're now tuned in to another episode of Let's Talk Crazy. And you know I got my man DJ Rasheen with me. What up?
I'm chilling, bro.
Listen, don't start that lazy shit.
I'm
right?
chilling.
It's been a rough morning already.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get there.
It's been a real rough morning. We're trying to get things situated, and you know how we do. Right now we are live on Instagram. We are live on Facebook, Periscope. We doing what it do. We trying to do what we do best. And don't forget, later today at 11 o'clock, we got La Loca coming on. We got La Loca coming up. That's radio personality. You heard on 103.9. You know, you heard on many things. So I can't wait till she comes on. We got to talk about that Brandy and Monica, bro. So let's talk about it. You had who you had winning?
I really didn't have anybody winning, but I mean they both did a good job. I mean, an excellent job. So, I didn't pick a winner.
They did. They both did a great job, and like I said, that was something for the books, for real. That was something for the books. Yo, the memes though. Rod, did you catch the memes though?
Yeah.
After the show, it went bananas. They got on Monica's shoes. They got on, it just was bananas. They got on Monica's shoes. They got on Brandy being a poet. And, it was fucking bananas.
Yeah, it sure was. I saw the pictures right after. I was just like, they couldn't wait.
They could not wait. And I was like, why they did Monica's shoes like that? Why they do Monica like that? Why they do that?
It's the net, bro. Anything goes.
But I'll say this though, like I told everybody said, Brandy gonna kill Monica. I didn't see that at all, bro. Like I said, it went hit for hit. It was going down. It went down.
Yeah, and you know what too? I think a lot of people forgot about most of those records too. A lot of people must have forgot about those records. I was just telling my boy the other day, that same night, I said, I guarantee you, some of these young DJs today started downloading, going to iTunes or wherever they get music from, and they downloaded every song, bro. I guarantee you that.
Dude, listen, Monica ain't no slouch. And again, I know people were saying, it's for the culture people. But I knew Monica had some hits. And I kept saying, but it did get a little petty, though. They was throwing little jabs, and I was laughing at how the jabs was being thrown because a girl, she made a meme, and I want to play that. And
all of these songs are very special to me because, my mentor, Whitney Houston, she was like, a mom to me. I have a poem for that. I keep a journal, girl. Well, nobody called me to be on that song. Yeah. Well, Tupac and Biggie actually shouted me out on their albums. Well, for this song, I was actually pregnant when I was recording this song. And Jermaine Dupri, shout out to the A. He was saying, please don't drop that baby. Those high notes, push that baby on out, Oh, well, I was actually pregnant for the entire Full Moon album and still was able to hit my money notes. Well, I was in a coma for this one. Well, I'm an artist, so I have a poem. That's okay, DJ, play the next song. Yeah, play Sideline. Monica, you can't cuss on TV here. Oh! You just gonna keep saying it, huh? Oh!
And I was like, what? Are we really getting this petty? We was getting petty. I had this clip, and I said, when I play it, everybody's gonna laugh because Shorty went in, and I felt like, and it wasn't until after I saw the clip that I said, yo, it did get this petty, did it? Like, it really got this petty. And I was like, damn, this is bad. Like, this is what we came up with.
Crazy, yo. Crazy.
Don't forget, if y'all just tuning in, one of radio's most favorite voices, we got La Loca coming in. You probably heard her on 103.9 as well as others. You probably seen her blogging. She will be on with us, so make sure y'all tune in for that because it's going down, bro. It's going down. Like, I love La Loca. Like, she wakes up with a wonderful spirit every morning, and you know, it's just dope to have her coming on the show today. But Rock, I know you're gonna wake me up because I'm a little tired, and you know the devil was working, bro, trying to stop us a little while ago. So I need you to wake us up and give us one of those Lean Brother mixes. Can we get that?
Yes, I got you, bro.
All right, well, listen, this is Let's Talk Crazy. We be right back after this. Let's go into it, bro.
You are now tuned in to the craziest podcast. Let's Talk Crazy.
Activated.
Yo, this is Ludacris.
What's going on? This is Drake.
It's Tiger.
It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man.
This is Big Sean.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Kanye West.
This Jay-Z.
Yo, this is your boy Weezy.
You're in the mix.
Shice, the Brooklyn Kid.
Yo, welcome back to Let's Talk Crazy. La Loca!
Dímelo, que lo que.
I love when you say things like that. I love when you wake up in the morning and be like, dímelo, 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 dímelo. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking, I have one of radio's most beautiful voices, one of radio's most exciting voices. We got La Loca.
Que lo que, mi gente. Thank you for having me. I'm excited, yo. I've been watching your lives.
Yo, I'm excited. Yo, the devil is really busy. Like, every time I went live, it was blocking me out. I was like, what the hell? Then I went and sent the stream key saying no. I was like, no, we got to make this work today. I got her today. I got to make it work. So I'm like, Lord have mercy. It was going busy today. And I've been up since 8 fixing everything. And I'm like, why keep doing this today?
Yeah, I don't know, but you can't give them power. You just gotta be like, you know what? It's just a little wrinkle. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Listen, it is what it is. I'm excited that you're here, and I'm glad that you took the time to come out with us today. I'm gonna say you are one of my favorite radio personalities of all time.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously, like, and cause it's just the energy that you bring. When I tell you the energy, like, it was days I was at work before I quit my job.
You quit?
I quit. I have absolutely walked out. Came in on a Tuesday and quit on a Friday. Sure did.
Why?
Because I wanted to pursue I wanted to do my dream. So
Okay.
And I did it. And you know, I no regrets. I'm not struggling. You know, I have my times, but I'm okay with the decision that I made. And, you know, everybody was like, yo, you really leaving? No, I have to. Because it was at the point where I was waking up and I just couldn't get to work. I tried to figure out, am I going to lie and say I'm sick today? That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
So I knew at that point.
It's better to leave something that you know has no love in your heart. And even if you're struggling, you'll never be hungry, because what was that thing? If you do what you love, you'll never regret a day. You'll never go hungry. Or however the phrase, everybody puts it together. Everybody phrases it differently.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, you don't remember me. And when I tell you where you remember me, you're going to know what I did.
Okay.
All right. So do you remember a couple years back, there were some kids who came to visit you guys. Mm-hmm. And we did a program called My School Has Rhythm, Not Violence.
Yes, and you guys were rapping in the was it in my room and also in the studio, the other studio?
Yes.
Okay, see, look, I remember.
Right, I
might be forgetting, but I remember.
That's the people who brung them in the uniforms is who I work for.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no.
So I was like, I said she ain't gonna remember.
No, I will, because it was you. There was a lady with braids in a ponytail. There was another gentleman that was with you. Come on, man, come on. I remember. Yes,
and
I don't forget.
those kids, though, that was my heart. Like, we put our heart and souls into that program, which was My School Has Rhythm Not Violence. Man, and those kids came to show out, and I just, like I said, from there I knew that you were gonna be one of my favorite personalities of all time.
Aww.
For real, I like.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm so hyper all the time is because of the kids. Because like, yo, if you're on the radio, and no disrespect to anybody that's in radio now, I love everybody, but we all got our lanes. If you're the super chill one, sometimes the kids, they don't listen, and not even adults, because we were kids once. We need somebody that's gonna keep up with the energy, and I've always been, as a kid, like this, like crazy.
And you know, like
having fun.
And that's what I said. I be looking at the clock sometimes. Like, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I don't catch you when you first start, because you start early.
Oh, nobody does. It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yo, but I always go back, and I be like, sometimes I see when you put the time up, and I go, no, she wasn't up. She beat the sun up talking about buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. I be like, why is she up and hype at this time? Here's my question to you, though.
Okay.
What does Mr. Tinder say when you up that early doing that?
Well, sometimes he's not around because I'm like on my way out, like I'm outside in the street doing it. Like, I don't care where I'm at, I'll do it. But in the house, in the living room, he's in the bedroom and I'm in the living room, and like right now the air conditioner's on, so he can't even hear me. He's dead asleep. But when he's asleep, I'm respectful. I'll be like, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. You know what I mean? And I even do, well, matter of fact, sometimes I whisper when I'm in the streets, because I don't know if the cuckoo man is outside that might want to snatch me up. So I'm like, let me be cool. But I mean, he's cool with it. He loves it. I love everything he does. He loves everything I do. It's like a crazy ass team.
Yo, and that's what I always loved. I say, yo, La Loca is one of those people who's not gonna hide. She puts everything out, like, you know. And I go, yeah, listen, are you okay? Let's start with that. Are you okay? Because I saw you take a spill. I looked, I said, and you was just so casually like, la 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 la. I said, what happened? Like, the cop was like, are you all right, ma'am? Are you sure you're okay?
Yo, that day, it was hilarious. I was on my way to physical therapy. So it was like, I'm already messed up. And to fall, I was like, and my ankle, to this moment right now, it still hurts. It's not, the ankle is, I think, the hardest thing to heal. I'm like, listen, I'll break my knee again. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'll tear something. But my ankle, I don't want to mess with it ever again. That thing hurts.
Yeah, I go, dang, I'm looking, I'm like, yo, and that, again, that's one of the things that I love so much about you, is that you put your life out there and you don't regret it. Like, whether it's good, whether it's bad, I love the time that you have with your family. The family time is, I when you get mama tender in the family, Lord, I be like, Lord Jesus. And those who don't know, Mr. Tender is her boo thing. Yeah. And I love the fact that you made him so mysterious, right? Like, it's like a superhero thing.
Yeah, and like, people always like, well, you live your life open, but why don't you show him? It started off as, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna be with him. I don't know how long we're gonna be together. And you know, on Instagram, once he put it on there, you got a clock. Things be just like ending quick. It's almost like getting a tattoo of somebody's name. Sometimes a lot of times they don't last. So I was like, let me just cover his face. But I always, since the beginning, felt like, you know how Sex in the City, you got Mr. Biggs?
Yes.
I called him my Mr. Tinder, one, because I met him on Tinder. And I said that he was going to be my Mr. Biggs, just Tinder. You know what I'm saying? And I just covered his face just in case something happened. I could always plop it on somebody else's face to keep it moving like nothing ever happened. But thank God, going on 4 years soon, we be going strong. And he is like one of the best things that, besides radio and my family, of course, right, he's like one of the best things that happened to me. But radio's first. Sorry, babe.
Wow, you put that like that? Wow. God, radio, then Tinder.
Oh, God, radio, my family, or my nephew, my family, Mr. Tinder. Let me stop. Well, he's there. It's like neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
But it's dope though. And here's my thing. I'm with you. Sometimes people don't need to see his face because then that's when the hate come. That's when the lies come. It's like you live your life in the public eye. So when people start to see you and then they see him and they go, well, you know, all the stories come out. It's like,
yeah, and it's not like I hide him. Like, everybody sees him out in the streets. Everybody sees him at my events. They see him on the gram. The only thing is that you don't see his face. You know, like I still live my life publicly. His face is just, and it's a cute face. Don't get it twisted, y'all. Don't think I'm with a fugly. No, that man's fine. Real woofy with the hair because I love it. Because his mom be like, yo, cut your hair. I love a rough, scruffy hair. He got that beard. The hair, I love it. Oh, my man, fine. Don't get it twisted.
No, wait. It was funny because when you said that, the only thing I could think about was Chris Rock. What's that in what's that movie? Down to Earth, when he said all the women date ugly men and they be like, but he is good to me.
Yeah. That's like what people say about, no disrespect, Jay, but like Jay-Z, they be like, oh, he ugly, but his money cute. You know, like, nah, that's my man, good looking all the way through, you know? And he DJs and he gets this business because, you know, it's a certain type. Yeah, he DJs.
Wow.
It's a certain type of person that could be with you, with me, with anybody that's in this business because we're creative. We're always trying to think of something new to entertain and we're our worst critic. So it's a strong person that has to be with you. I don't know. Are you what's up with you?
Oh, what? Oh, me? Now I'm married. Yes. I'm married, and I'm never afraid to shy away. But just like you, well, you show.
Wait, why isn't the wedding band on the fingers? Now let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. See, this is why I like you, because this is not gonna just be me interviewing you. You're gonna interview me. I like this. All right. And people gonna laugh and say, I had surgery on my hand and my ring does not fit.
Have you ever heard of getting a bigger one?
We talked about that, but again, I'm not cheap, you know. So again, I'm like she is, like, you know, like it is what it is. But she knows, and that's the crazy thing. Like people go, oh well, that's no excuse. I'd be like, listen, me and my wife are cool. Don't worry about our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like her, she doesn't want to be on camera, so I post her once in a blue, but not too much. Again, Shice is a character, you know, and this is for the Shice purpose, not for my personal life. I'm happily married, been married for almost 7 years now.
Damn, that's life now. Back in the day, I would be like, that's nothing, but now it's life.
Right, I feel like I'm doing a bid right now, you know? When I leave here, I get off, I gotta, hey, can I go outside? You know, can I go play?
Don't make the out to be like that, because you know your wife probably lets you do you.
Listen, you know the funny thing, and we was just having this conversation because we were talking about people being in our relationship, right? How people want you to live, like people been saying to me or saying to her, or both of us rather, that oh, he's always out but you always home. No, what you see is what I allow you to see. I'm a homebody. I'm home. Rashid, how many times do I call you and I'm at home? Almost all the time.
Yeah, stuck in the room.
Right, in this room right here, and it's not that big. But what happens is they say, oh, they see what I put on social media and they go, oh, he's always out, but she's never nowhere. I'd be like, you a lie, because we always together. Like, but they don't see that. So, you know, but hey.
As long as they can make up any story they want, as long as y'all two know what's good, and y'all on the same page, can nothing and no one break it up. Well, that's cute though. Like, you know, I tell Tinder, I was like, if we get married, and I say to everybody's relationship is different, but that ring better be on. I don't care if your finger broke, tape it, glue it, staple it, cement it, but yo, because I don't been through that. Maybe after some time, I'll be like, all right, he ain't going nowhere. And I know he ain't gonna go nowhere, but if we're gonna spend this money, at least the first 5 years, give me that. Give me that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Fun fact, right?
Yeah.
We did go to what is that? I want to say Busch Gardens. What's out in Virginia? Is it Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens, yeah.
Busch Gardens. We went to Busch Gardens and we bought those cheap rings.
Yeah,
right?
the little rubbery ones, the silicone.
The silver ones, yes. We bought those with our name and date on it. So we do have that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I just don't know where that one is.
Yeah, no, but that's what it's for. It's supposed to be like if you want to lose it. The wedding band is like when you trying to stunt and you get dressed.
Right. And the funny thing is, when I stunt, my wedding ring comes right here, so it don't look so, it don't look so good anymore. So I just be like, okay. And then if I put it on my pinky, it's a little too loose for that. So I just be like, okay, well, I just don't wear it. Sometimes I wear it on my chain for the most part. When I went away for 6 months hosting on the cruise ships, I wore it on my chain. So, people be like, oh, are you married?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Like,
you ain't trying to be like Martin in what is it, Bad Boys? He had to put his hand in his pocket. He was like, look, it's right here. It's right here. He's doing this one. Like, no, it's right here next to my heart. What happened to your finger? How did you mess it up?
I forgot what they called it. It was I had a surgery on my wrist. And it swelled my whole hand up. Like I had I don't know if it was a cyst or whatever it was growing, but it was on my bone and everything. So after that, my hand just swelled up and I just was like, okay, Rasheen, you remember that? That was remember we did the show with Christopher Williams, I came all bandaged up?
Yeah.
That was that time. That was like almost 3 years ago.
Yeah. You talking about the all white joint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was I haven't had my ring on since then.
Yeah, well, Mr. Rashid doesn't got a ring on either. Are we married?
I'm not married. No, I'm not married.
Look, I don't know him like that, so I can't tell you his credit score. But
I'm not married.
Wait, La Loca, matter of fact, this is another thing. I had my wife on the show probably 2 weeks ago. I had my wife on the show 2 weeks ago. And what happened was, we talked about relationships, and Rashid was, there. We was talking about. So we asked him. He ain't have nobody, so he was like, "I'm not getting in a relationship." Soon as we finished the show, who puts on the post? I think I'm gonna try this relationship thing again. So we've been trying to get Rashid a date. Trying to tell people to email us, and we gonna get him a date.
What type of, I don't know if your wife asked him this, but what type of lady do you like? Have you been on Tinder? May I recommend Tinder? I don't get paid for that one.
I don't.
But let me tell you, I met the right one.
I don't know. I just never tried that, so.
You just want a woman with a heartbeat, right? Tell her that's it. You want a woman with a heartbeat.
Nah, be careful what you ask for. Don't say only a heartbeat. Don't say only a heartbeat.
You're right.
Wait,
I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time. When I'm ready, I'll find the right one.
How old are you, sir?
46.
Oh, you got forever. Not too long, but you got forever.
You 40? You're Rashid. You 46?
Yeah, I just turned 46 this past April.
Oh, happy belated. Oh, wait, are you a Taurus?
Aries.
Oh, forget it. You crazy.
La Loca, I worked with this man for so long and didn't know he was 46.
For real?
I didn't know he was 46.
And he looked young, from what I can see.
Yes,
I'm gonna call you little grown ass man from now on. Y'all see this little grown ass man DJing right now?
Why you gonna call him little grown ass? He a man.
That's my bro.
100%.
I can't help it. That's my bro. I always got something to say to him like that. I don't know.
No, it's fun. I hate when people be like, when they're on the radio together and they can't clown each other. Like the whole time, they're like, yo, I'm a jockey. That's why me and Gully, like we always had fun with each other because we always just crack jokes. If you can't make it fun, then it's not fun for everybody else.
Yep.
That's a fact. I want to ask you though, before we even start talking about your radio stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, you said you met Mr. Tinder on Tinder. You wasn't scared of Tinder or meeting somebody online?
Yo, when I signed up when I was in LA, like for work. Mm-hmm. And I got off of it because I was like, yo, there's a bunch of crazies on here. All they ask, of course, as a typical man, and women, because we asked for dick pics too. But I'd be like, they were like, yo, let me see them titties. And I'm like, nah. And I got off of it. And then out of the blue, I decided to get back on it at that time. And when I got on, we set each other up. I asked him 3 times to go out with me. He said no.
Tinder turned you down 3 times?
3 times he turned me down because it was close to Valentine's Day. So I was like, yo, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? And one of the days I wanted to stunt because I was like, yo, I'm a radio personality, bitch. You done dissed me twice. The third one, I'm gonna show you who I am. And I'm like, yo, come with me to an event. And he's like, nah, because it was Valentine's Day. And he was like, nah. And he was like, oh, I got this day available if you want to hang out. I was so mad, but I wanted to see if he was really worth like him saying no to me. I was like, fine, I'll go. And I was hungry. He's taking me out to dinner. So we went to eat, but I had a doorman in my building. So I made sure I had them check the car, take the plate info. Like I wasn't playing around because I never went out on a date with anybody off of social media. Like, nah, that's just not me. I got to know you. I got to know at least something about you. But I took this date and it was since day one, we've been together. We haven't been apart. I think only one day, that's it.
Ooh, that is the scariest thing. I've always said, like, to meet somebody online is scary because you don't know who you actually getting on the other end of that picture or anything. And me, I'm a person, like, I like vibes, right? So I got to vibe with you out before. I don't care how you look. I got to know if there's a crazy baby mama drama thing going on with you. You got a stalker boyfriend with you. You know, is he one of those guys? Oh yeah, we ain't together, but you ain't gonna be together with nobody else. Like, I need to fill those things out because I've had those things. And you know, I sat at a girl house one time, and her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, knocking on the door. I'm like, who that? Oh, that's my ex-boyfriend. He just be coming over. He be coming over. Like, what we doing? Like, nah. So I always felt like relationships online is scary.
It is, but you also have to have a plan, like ladies and men. Like, if you're really gonna enter into that world, you better make sure that you plan it out. Like with me and him, when I was going on the date, like I said, I had my doorman ready with all the info. I gave him my tracking phone.
CSI.
I let him find my phone. Yo, I wasn't playing. I've been watching too many movies. And then as we went on, like I have a lot of cop friends. I have a lot of private detectives. Like I make sure that I would have told them like, yo, run this info. Cause I would have had to get his license at one point. Like, I'm not afraid. I'd be like, yo, let me see your license real quick. I don't believe how old you are. And try to memorize that number, give it to my friend, have them run the paperwork. Cause I've been with people that have been with knowing them. Knowing them one way, and then when you get into a relationship, they're a completely different animal. You got to do work. This ain't easy, but he was so sweet. I was just like, nah, there's no way in hell that he could be crazy.
I'd be like, look at her. She be so happy outside. I'd be like, it should be a rule of being that happy outside.
Nah.
But
you gotta love life. You only got one.
Yeah, but I love it. Like I said, it's just watching you daily. Like, okay. And sometimes, you know, I could be upset. I could be down. And then for some reason, you pop up across my screen and I go, okay, I'm not so mad anymore. I'm ready to go about my day. And it's just that energy that you bring. And I just be like, go ahead, Mr. Tinder, keep doing what you do. Make her happy so she can make the world happy.
But listen, as much as I want to give him credit because he's made me happy as we are now, but I've always been like this. There's nobody that could do this besides, you know, and I'm not pushing my religion on anybody, but I'm like Catholic. So for me, God has always done that for me. Like, He's always made me happy. But then Tinder now, he laying it down. So, you know, I'm even happier.
All right.
Look, Rasheen. All right. See, Rasheen, don't get jealous. We know you don't have anybody yet, but don't.
He will.
You will be able to lay somebody down just like that.
But he's been probably laying it down for somebody. He just doesn't want them. Listen, don't make him look bad. I mean, I'm laying it down.
Trust me, he's not making me look bad. It's my choice.
Listen, I don't know you, but I rocks with DJs. Like I got love, always got love for DJs.
I appreciate it.
Keep it locked. To Let's Talk Crazy with everyone's favorite host, Shice.
Shice said, you know, the funny thing is, Shice said that he was gonna start DJing.
You a lie. You a lie.
He
I know my strengths and I know my weakness. DJing is not one.
It's easy to do now. Like it's easy to do.
No,
everybody wants to be the DJ, but they never went through the whole. Like, I respect the DJs. I don't like how everybody now, and no disrespect to anybody that's doing it off the iPhone or whatever, but you really got to put in the time. Like, don't just hop in there, look at a YouTube tutorial and think that you're the best DJ ever. Yeah, that's like a videographer. Everybody thinks now that they're a freaking Scorsese. No, that's not. You got to put in the work. I wish everybody could still carry them crates. I wish everybody could carry the CDs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would be that guy. I would carry a crate for Rasheen. I'm not a DJ. I don't have no intentions of wanting to be a DJ. My mind, especially like when we go on air, I tell Rasheen all the time, when I get ready to go live or whatever, I want my mind to be focused on the guests and that's it. Because I have a lot of stuff that I do back here, like switching cameras. I do all that myself. I do the editing by myself. I don't need to add DJ to my repertoire. I don't want to do it.
You got to know it. Like, before, like when I was coming up in radio, one of my good friends who's a dope DJ, he's in Philly, H. Vidal, he always was like, yo, I'm going to teach you how to DJ. I'm going to teach you how to DJ. You're going to get this money. And I'm like, yo, first of all, that's not me. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I'm not going to be like a Paris Hilton, because that was a time where Paris Hilton was coming out DJing and everybody wanted to be a DJ now. You know, celebrity. I was like, yo, I can't do that. That's disrespectful. Ain't it? Like me coming through, not even knowing nothing about no BPMs. Now, of course, I know. Knowing anything about needles, you know, knowing anything about the wax, you know, like all that stuff. I didn't know none of it. I thought that was disrespectful. And that's why now, like when people do it again, if you want to do it, jump in. Everybody is allowed to do it, but at least know about it, love it, really dive in, go to these turntable competitions. You know what I'm saying? Learn who was there before you.
You ain't lying, because like you said, here's the thing though. The funny thing about it is, especially with Rasheen, and I know Rasheen gets sick of me sometimes, when we do our shows, I don't like to, like here, I don't like to put music together and know what song got to come after this song. When we at a show though, my vibe is different. I could look at Rasheen and be like, Rasheen, can you play this real quick? Because I'm in a vibe. So I know, but sitting down on my butt, no, I can't do it. I just be like, no, won't do it.
I mean, when it's the MC, well, the host and the DJ, you guys have to work together, because sometimes he'll be in the zone with a song and maybe he can't look up, because I know a lot of times some DJs, because I've hosted a lot of competitions with Red Bull where they're like, oh, you got to look up and look at the crowd. Honey, man, I'm trying to get them records going. You're looking in the back. So it's sometimes you got to work with your DJ. And if you know your DJ, you know, all right, well, they're not rocking with this. Let's go with this one. But you're not going to be like, yo, do this right now. You be like, yo, I suggest this. And if he trusts you, then y'all going to work together. He'll be like, nah, let me go with this one. You know what I'm saying? So, or you got to talk over this, you know, let me talk and then, you know, get your song going. Like you got to work the unit.
Yeah. Rasheen know I'm an idiot. Rasheen, you know I'm an idiot. Like Rasheen will be looking for me because I cannot stand where the DJ is. I can't do it. I got ADHD. I can't stand where the DJ is at. I have to be in the crowd and doing something with the crowd. That's just who I am. And Rasheen be like, where the hell is Shice at? And I'll be like, yo, Rob, throw it up one time. And I'll just try to make my way. Then he'd be like, all right, I got you. I'll be like, okay, good. Catch me here, because I'm gone. So,
well, thank God then, because one thing I when I see some of the hosts, they be riding the volume. I'm like, yo, that's disrespectful. Leave the turntables alone. Don't mess with the volume. Like they be like, yo, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, that poor DJ gotta get the record going and try to play freaking, what's that game, the circles in the floor where you're trying to put your hand down? Trying to DJ while trying to get around you. Like, come on, man. I'm one of those. I walk around, but a lot of times I stay with a DJ just because I might not know the facility that well, or I might not know the crowd. So I stay with my homie. We come here together. You fight, we fight. But in the crowd, I'm by myself. But once I know the crowd, oh man, I'm running around like.
You know, I just have fun, let it go, and Rasheen just be like this. You ready, bro? And we look at the time. We go, let's go right now. And then at the end of the night, it's like, you ready? It's time to go.
Yeah. There's always, I don't even gotta say it's time to go. There's always one word with all my favorite DJs. When it's the end of the night, se acabó. That's it. That's all I say. Se acabó. And they know it's done. It's time to leave. But I wish a lot of times I could walk as a female when you're like a certain way, guys will grab you. So I mean, I give props to all the males that are in the business. They have more freedom than we do.
Yeah.
Because I can't. But I'm also shy, so I'm good.
Who's shy? You shy?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
In public. Mm-hmm.
I don't
like
get
you'll
that.
ever see if you see me at like going out places. I don't really talk. I stay quiet. Like I mean, I'm not to a point where I'm like mute, but I sit there and I don't have to be the life of the party. I like to be quiet. I like to be on my little side, just rocking out. And then if I have to get paid to talk, then yes. You see La Loca.
That's right.
Let me ask you, you said that you a shy person. What goes through your mind? Because I know for me, every show, my mind is somewhere before the show. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm always worried. I'm nervous every show. No doubt about it. But I've come over it and I play it well. What goes through your mind before your shows? Like, what do you think about?
A lot of times I question everything. Like, what am I doing? Why am I on the radio? You know, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, those are, without a doubt, every time, if I'm doing an event, if I'm on the radio, I'm doing a podcast, like, why people want to hear me? That's what will run through my mind. And like a couple seconds before I got to go on, it's like, I'm destined. Like, that's the thing that comes right in my head. You're destined for this. You're made for this. God loves you. You're supposed to be entertaining. You're supposed to give everybody a break. Like, all that stuff floods in, and then I just have fun.
There was some times that, you know, I probably said some things that might have went the wrong way, but I cleaned it up, you know?
Yeah.
What is one of the worst things you probably done that you had to really clean up?
Well, on the radio or in a club?
Both. Let's do both.
On the radio, I think the worst thing that I ever did was curse. I said clear as day. This was the beginning of my career. I said, "You ugly motherfucker," and it was to a friend of mine who was calling because I was new to the town, and I was like, "Where all the cute boys at? Call me." And he comes on. He was like, "I'm a cute guy," and I was like, and I knew who he was. I was like, "You're an ugly motherfucker." And it went over the radio, and I couldn't clean it up. I just got fired right then and there on the spot.
They fired you?
Oh yeah, they fired me. But mind you, all right, so let me give you the backstory. The reason why I got fired so quick was I got hired because the girl who was on before me, who was a DJ, decided to play a pop record. And you know, pop records aren't always clean. They dirty as hell. This is terrestrial radio where you're not allowed to play curse words.
Right.
She played a whole pop record, curse words and all. It's like she played it, like put play, went to the bathroom, and then came back at the end. And by that time, all the words were out there. So she got fired. And then my first day, say ugly motherfucker. They were like, "Oh, this is what's going on."
What? Oh,
yeah.
So y'all look like Thelma and Louise right now.
Yo, I've never met her. I've never seen her. But yeah, man. We were Thelma and Louise. And in the club, I really never had to apologize or do anything because, like I said, I rocks with the DJ. So the music is the main course. I'm just a nice compliment. You know, I'm that mac and cheese that everybody loves. But everybody is there for the steak, the chicken. Right. So I just come in, I see a couple little things, I have fun. But I let the DJ rock a lot of the times. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not there to see me, you're there to see him.
Right.
So like I said, I respect the DJs. So I don't really never had that problem in the clubs.
Man, I said something to a guy. He took it wrong, and I thought we was about to square up. Friends, we cool now, though. We cool
what you
now.
say? Like, but what are you saying in the club?
I think I got on his jacket. And I was like, yo,
yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Why? That person's having fun.
No. No, people know, like, I have fun. I always have fun, right? But I'm a little bit comedic at times. You know, I want to say funny things. So, and it usually worked. But this night, he was a little drunk, and he didn't like it. And I knew at that moment when I said it that I was wrong for it.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it because I was just like, I think I took that too far. So I had to catch myself. And I said something like, oh, this dude walking around here with the rabbit jacket or something I said. And you remember, Rashid?
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, my man, yo, I ain't like that. And I was like, oh, shit. I said, he's really offended. So I had to pull him to the side, and I was like, yo, listen, as a grown man, I apologize. I said, you know, I was just having fun, and I thought you was with it. And, you know, you might have not. And he accepted it straight from there, and we've been cool ever since. But, man, did I catch myself? And I said, shit, how am I going to make it out of here? I said, it's a long way to Brooklyn. It's a long way. But, man, I was like, and part of me like, I ain't no punk. Because, you know, with us guys, it now comes up to, all right, listen, I said what I said. Is that what you want to do about it? Or are you going to humble yourself and say, yo, I was wrong? And I knew I was wrong. So I was like, but the way he approached me was like, yo. And I was like, oh, man, I ain't no punk, though. You know, I don't know. Should I tell him I don't give a damn? But then I was like, you know what? This is your money. This is your career. You got to know that everything you say ain't going to be for everybody.
Nope.
So at that moment, that was probably one of the most humbling moments I had. And I was like, you know what? I won't do that again. You know, I'll stay on the, hey guys, let's party. Let's have a good time. DJ Rashid is on the mix. And keep it like that, you know, like I don't want to fight nobody. I can't fight no more. It's too much. So how did you get into radio?
Oh man, years ago, like I got into television kind of before radio, but the end goal was radio.
Nice.
Like every kid, High 97 was the thing that opened us all. I mean, I don't know about for you, but for me and my generation, like we all grew up on High 97, Ed Lover, Lisa G. I'll say this story all the time.
Yes.
The roll call.
It's the roll call, it's the roll call, it's the roll call, it's the roll call. Come on, what's up, y'all, and what you gotta say, and who's on the phone with at least that Dre?
Wake up in the morning with the morning show. You know they got the flow. I'm here to let you know.
And that sounds cool, and that may be, but where you calling from, Shonda, what city?
I'm like, yo, that was my thing. And I never could get on the radio and do that, but I said, I'm gonna do it. And like, I wasn't gonna do the roll call, but I was like, I want to entertain like them.
Right.
And then, but I wasn't all the way in because I always wanted to be like a softball player. I wanted to play in other countries. And then I wanted to be a therapist. But then I also wanted to be a sex therapist because of Ed Lover and Lisa G. I said, I'm gonna be a sex therapist. That seems so much fun. And then maybe I could be a sex therapist on the radio. It wasn't until Angie and Wendy that I was like, yo, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Nice.
I was in and I didn't care what I did. I went to school, of course. I was in middle school when I fell in love with it. High school, I was like, yo, all I want to do is radio. I don't care. I want to play radio. I want to do radio. I want to do softball. I got an internship at BET. I dropped out of college, got an internship at BET, came across a little bit of money. Then I said, well, my parents are in Tampa. I'm going to go to Tampa because to be in radio, a lot of people think like, oh, New York is where you got to start. But a lot of times to get to New York, you got to leave to come back. So I left. I finished my internship. I went to Tampa and I got an internship there too. I did interning for a good 3 years, not getting paid. This was before the interns now, these mugs get paid.
Yeah.
Straight out the gate. I'm like, y'all don't know about this struggle. Y'all don't know about this radio struggle. Like sleeping at the studio. I slept at the studio because my parents were like, yo, you got to bring money in this house. because I was 20 something years old. They were like, if you ain't bringing money in here, you got to go.
Wow.
So I did, and I slept at the station. I slept in the car. I slept in the vans, and I ended up getting a chance in Tampa. And I did every radio station in Tampa. I did Wild, I did FLZ, I did The Beat, I did the community radio station. Then I took my ass to Fort Myers. Then I did Orlando. Like, yeah, my first crack was 93.3 FLZ.
A lot of people don't know the struggles in entertainment, period. These, like the younger guys, like you said, interns get paid now. You know what I'm saying? They don't remember. I was on street teams. So when you say sleeping in vans, I remember when Big Pun album came out, just before he passed, I was on Loud under the contract with that, and I did street team for that. And I remember put posters all the way up to the top of the light pole, and that was, I ain't gonna lie, that was some of the best times that I've had, and people will never know that.
I don't think these kids will ever get it. Now it's like you could do the promotion over the phone, but to go in early, like ass crack in the morning, because just like a radio promotion, like for the labels and radio station promotion, you got to be there before everybody gets there. Banner that mother effer up.
Yeah.
Like marketing was serious back then. Like I always lived by we always did the Pepsi marketing, where if you stand in the center of your event and you spin around and you don't see your banner or your label or whatever your artist is anywhere, you ain't doing your job. You was getting cussed out.
Yup, that is exactly how it was.
And they don't know about. And again, I big ups to everybody making it easy. Like, yo, I'm not mad at you, make your money, but you don't got the stories like we got. Like this is, yo, like I remember my I was just fresh into my first full-time job in radio, which was just doing street team, but full-time. Because at that time I was doing it for just one station. They decided to give me 5 stations by myself, because that's how they used to rock. When they had to start paying people, they were like, all right, fine, we're gonna pay you, but you gotta do 5 people. So I had to go and banner this whole, like imagine 42nd all the way down to 34th. I had a banner a whole street by myself. So I got there at 2 a.m, start bannering all of that. Then I had to put up tents. I had to put up speakers, and I had to be the talent. Now, what's messing with that?
Yeah, they will never know the. Listen, I remember Club Speed. I remember the Tunnel. I remember. Yes, I remember. You remember Tramps?
No, I never went to. I only went to Speed, Tunnel, and there was what's the one? It's by 56th Street, 59th Street, by the West Side Highway, by the sanitation.
You talking about Stage 48?
Yeah, but what was it before that?
What was?
Or was it? Oh, it was Stage 40, but now it's something else. Or
I know there's Space, a thing called Space over there.
Whatever it is now, if it's Stage 48, it was something before, because I remember going there. When Busta came out with his album, oh my God, that was a story there, boy.
Do you remember Club SOs?
Yes, yo, I was an intern at BT when I was trying to get in there. And I'm hitting up AJ because he was one of the people that I had to work with all the time. I'm like, please let me in. He's like, nope, you too young for this. I was like, you mother.
Yo, wait, I got in there young. My cousin's a rapper, so I remember when they first came out and they was doing what they had. Can't Believe It's Butter Sunday. That was the name of the event. So every Sunday they did that, and somebody reached into my pocket. Next thing I know, it's a full blown fight everywhere. Bang! Everybody, bang, bang. And one of the guys that was with us took a blowhorn and knocked money inside their head. Bang! I was like, and mind you, I'm young, but I'm excited because I'm like, oh yeah, what? You ain't gonna touch me? What? It was a brawl, and I just was like, oh my God, like this was those days I would never trade, because that just made me more excited about wanting to do like entertainment more, like working at Uptown Comedy Club and saying, yo, I used to take things that I learned at Uptown Comedy Club and go back to Coney Island, and I would do things from there, and I'd be like, yo, they pay for this. And I was hooked from there. I feel like this is what I'm called to do. Talk to people, make people laugh. No matter how bad I feel, I can make people laugh, make people's day, and say, at the end of the day, go, good job.
And that is the story of everyone in the entertainment business. We don't care about us. We care about making sure that you have a good day and you take your breaks from your children, your husband, your wife, your job, your money, your rent. You know, like that's all we live for.
Yeah.
And we don't get paid that much to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Especially starting off. Like,
facts.
Believe me, I just told Shice, when I go to these parties, I make sure that I got gloves, I got masks, I got hand sanitizer, I got everything with me. Everything gets wiped down before I put my equipment on
the table.
Rasheen be like, give me 12 feet.
Yeah, every time I talk to anybody about, like, I hope you got tested, I just go back to, like, you know, talking about the clubs. Like, you know, you go to the club back in the day and you find somebody and you go, like, that wasn't me at that time. I was a little young. But you got to ask somebody, you got tested, you wrapped up before you know, you had sex. It's like now, it's like you go to a club, again, did you get tested? Did you wrap up? You know, and it's not for sex. It's because of the COVID. That's how crazy times
First of all, no matter how many times you ask a person, even back then, when you ask somebody, hey, did you get tested? And even when you went to get tested yourself, tell me it wasn't the most scariest thing ever.
Of course.
Yo, I remember they used to have them mobile trucks and they used to do the testing. And when I was younger, I got tested. So the guy calls me about the results. He says, and why did they have this man of all people call me? He sound like death. He was like,
hello, can I speak to Sean Carter?
So I was like, this is him? He was like,
we have your results of your HIV test. Would you like to meet?
I don't know about y'all, but at this very moment, that's when you need to start talking to Jesus.
I said, well, can you just give it to me over the phone? He was like,
no, we cannot. We can meet in a park or wherever is close for you.
So I'm sitting there going, I'm dead. I'm dying. That's all I could think was, I got it. And then at that very moment, I remembered everybody I had sex with. And I just was like, oh my God, she gave it to me. No, wait, she gave it to me. Oh no.
Oh, you a dirty boy back then.
Yeah, I thought I was dead. And then he comes, gives me the paper. We meet up. And again, I felt like I was dealing drugs because they met us at a park. They gave it to us. And I'm sitting there, give me this envelope, and I'm scared to look. I closed the envelope. He's
like, would you like to know anything, if there's anything that I can assist you with?
You can't help me with shit. I'm dead. I already know I'm dead.
Oh, my God.
I ran home. Yo, it took me about maybe 3 hours after I got home to open up that letter and say that it was negative. And I kept saying, dude, you couldn't tell me that?
Yeah. But it was supposed to tell you. Aren't they supposed to tell you right then and there?
But they wasn't gonna tell me on the phone. So
okay.
And I remembered everyone I had sex with. Ask me now, I don't remember nobody.
Yeah, you better not.
Until a test come back and be like, hey, you gotta have another test. Wait, I remember it was
Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki.
That's like a song, bro.
No, I'm just saying. So, La Loca, I want to ask you this. You've done interviews with some of the best stars in the world. Like, I remember Janet Jackson.
Oh, my God. I love her.
Again, watching you make it look so easy. And
it's not easy.
I said watching you. You make it look easy. And that's the good thing about the profession, right? No matter what you feel on the inside, what you project on the screen is a lot different. You know? I want to ask you, who was the person that you was most excited of meeting?
I mean, it has to be Janet Jackson, and it's not more because she is a celebrity, you know, and she is one of the Jacksons. But I think it was more nervous-wracking for me because it was one of the ones that my dad knew and my dad loved, you know, because being in this bit, like my dad never wanted me to do radio. Just like any person, any parent from the island, you are to be a lawyer, un doctor, a doctor, you know, un policía, anything but what you want to do. And so my dad never really accepted it. The only time he accepted something that I was doing kind of was when he would see the weather girls, you know, in the Spanish stations. And I don't know if this is creepy. I'd be like, Pop, I'm looking at you crazy. But he would see the weather girls and he'd be like, oh, why don't you do what they do? Pop, I could do it. I went to school for that. But when I did Janet, he got more excited for me than I did. And so that was the most nerve-wracking because I was like, oh my God, I can't mess up. This is my dad's favorite. My dad loves her. I gotta make sure I make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? And it was so scary, but she made it as nice for me as I could make it for her. You know what I'm saying? Like we were both just super chill. You know, she's about her business though. Don't get it. Janet Jackson is about her business. She walked in that room and I'm sitting at the stage waiting for her to walk in. She shut down the whole room. She was like, nope, I don't want nobody in here. She was like, she walked in and saw people that she didn't know. And she wasn't rude about it. She just walked in, stood, scanned, turned back around, told her manager, like, listen, I don't want these people here. And they came back in. They were like, can everybody leave? They happened to leave Tinder because he had the camera in his hand. But everybody else had to leave. Then she came in and she just super chill. We talked about religion. This was all stuff off the mic. So, you know, we talked about religion. We talked about family. We talked about relationships. And these were things that like her publicist came in and was like, yo, don't ask about none of that. You stick to the album that's coming and that's it. So, you know, I'm not one of those jocks that are going to come in and be like, yo, let me just hit her over the head live on air. So tell me about your baby daddy. He's suing you. He don't want you with your kid in the United States. Like those were things we were having conversations off the air, you know, like, and she broke it down for me. I didn't ask her. You know, and I was like, oh, but like when she would say her part, I'd be like, well, girl, on the radio or on the newspaper, they're saying this and this and that. And she'll sit back and then she'll come close. And it was like we right now having a conversation or like you with your friend. Like, and that's one thing when I do my interviews, I always say like, yo, you put your pants on just like me. You bleed like me, mama. Or, you know, you just like me. You're just a man. You know what I'm saying? So, but with Janet, it was like, again, my father's favorite, but then when I talked to her, it was like, yo, bitch, you my sister. We're sitting here, we're talking about bad relationships. Her and Mary J. Blige, yo, you know Mary going through her shit.
Yes.
Mary, we were sitting there and we were talking about bad relationships. It was hilarious. I'm sitting there like, yo, I'm really sitting here going relationship for relationship with Mary J. Blige. Like that was one of the most hilarious ones. She was like, I would have done this. And I'm like, I would have done this. And then we're both laughing. Like, mind you, she didn't spill all her life, but it was just funny because it was just a moment. And that's one thing, like I always tell everybody, if you're just having fun and you're relatable and you're honest as much as you want them to be honest, you're going to have one of the best interviews ever. And with Janet, like, it was super chill. Like I cried afterwards. I think that's the only interview I've ever, at the end of it, I couldn't believe I did it. And then I cried just because I was like, yo, I made it. You know what I'm saying? The girl who left New Jersey to go, I did my bid working other places to come back to be able to interview artists like this. Oh, I cried, boy, I cried.
A lot of people say when they get in a room with the Jacksons, right, that there's just this like energy. Did you feel that type of energy? Like, you know, when people go see Michael Jackson or when they went to go see him, they passed out and it was just like some type of energy. They said you feel that when they walk in the room. Did you feel that?
No, you know who I felt that with? A weird, like it was like angelic. Like the room got like cold, but a nice cold. And I just felt like, love is love. Alicia Keys.
Really?
Alicia Keys walked in that, and boy, I was on like a moment. Alicia Keys. Janet was more of like, all right, my girl's here. Like, okay, we're cool. And I think I was just more like at the point where she walked in, I was just like, damn, you took everybody out. I was afraid that she was gonna be a bitch because she kicked everybody out, but it was quite the opposite. She just here to handle business. She don't want a lot of people, and she's very shy. Like she's extremely shy. She's from everything I've read and when we were talking. But yeah, but Alicia Keys, when she walked in, honey, I don't know what it was. And she was pregnant too, so maybe that's what it was. But she came in and it was just it felt like you know, like you feel like when you hear when God comes in, everything gets nice and it was like that with her. And when she left, everything just got sucked the hell out of there. I was like, damn, this shit just horrible.
That is crazy. I would have never thought you would have said that. Like,
yeah, Alicia Keys. Yeah, no. Janet was like, and not like in a bad way, but it was just like a regular.
Like that's my sister. Like,
yeah, like okay, like, come on, girl.
I love interviews like that, and like you said, it's just a matter of just being you. And I think artists appreciate when you're you instead of opposed to trying to be somebody that you're not. You know, like I tell people all the time, I cannot be the guy. And it could be a downfall, but it could be a positive thing. I cannot be the guy who tippy toes around certain things. You know, I gotta be me. I don't want to sit there and go, "Hi, yes, my name is Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town." I can't do that. Like, you gotta accept the flaw in me. You gotta accept what I can bring as me. Nothing else. No more, no less. Do you feel like you have to change your persona sometimes? In this business, or be who others want you to be?
No, I've never had to. I've been asked to, but then they see like, yo, we can't ask her to be somebody different. Like I can't be how they wanted me to change from La Loca to Sharon, like my real name. They wanted Sharon to come on here and be very chill and don't be so all up in somebody's face. And I'm just like, but that's not me. You'll know I'm being fake. You know, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna ask questions, but the crazy person that I am is also respectful. I am not going to be. I will never be like a Wendy. I'm not gonna be there, or like a Charlemagne. Like they have, what is it? Heavy is the crown that carries, or heavy is the head that carries the crown, or whatever.
Right.
Like that is a hard job to be that person, to always be the shock. That's just not me. I want you to come in and I want to be treated. I want to treat you like I want to be treated. I want to have fun. I want to ask questions. You can answer them or you don't, you know, and a lot of times they're going to answer it because we're having fun. That's all it is. It's having fun.
And
so I never tiptoe. I just be me. Take it or leave it. Spanglish. I was always told not to speak Spanish. We're on Radio 103.9. When I first started, my boss who hired me wanted me to, but then another boss came through and he was like, I don't want you speaking Spanish. He goes, this is a African-American station. And when people listen, they want to listen to an African-American woman. And you're not in it. So we would like for you to change that. And I was just like, nope. But it's like I can understand in certain markets, because like I couldn't like, once you know who you are, you know where you could fit in and where you can't.
Right.
In New York, La Loca could live. She could vibrate, because the fact is that we're a melting pot. Nobody could say in New York that everybody's mixed with something.
Right.
From some island. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Right.
Somebody in everybody's generation, we all mixed. But like in DC, it's not as mixed. It's very chocolate city. So La Loca wouldn't succeed as well there, because yes, you want to portray the market. So in New York, when they told me no, I was like, you got me messed up. I'm gonna be that. But I'm not gonna be Sharon. I'm gonna be La Loca.
But I don't see, like, here's the thing. With your personality, you coming out as La Loca, even on, I don't care if you was on the Blackest station, it still kind of vibes. You know, it's just a personality of who you are. And I wouldn't see if I wouldn't be mad if I turned on all hip hop station and go, oh, La Loca's on and she's speaking Spanish. You know, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, you'll be okay with it. But as a personality and as a person who was running a station at one time for a short time, but I was running it. Looking at the numbers, yeah, no, it wouldn't work. And not at a predominantly African American station, predominantly, like known from historically predominantly African American station. I couldn't. My numbers would fall.
Wow.
And I've gotten calls from women that were like, listen, you know, you're cool. We like you, but I think you would sound better on La Mega.
Really?
Like I've gotten calls like that many times, but this was one station that I said, and I knew that it could work because it's Radio 103.9. It was a brand new station, so it wasn't historic. Right. It's not like a BLS or like a Kiss FM. Like you know, I don't think if you listen to any of those stations, like BLS or if back in the day Kiss, there wasn't really if there was, they didn't speak Spanish. I'm the first one to do it on an urban AC station in the country. So, you know, I knew that it was going to work here in New York, but I wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in DC. It wouldn't work in Georgia, I think. If the majority of the people in the community is African American, a lot of times they want, and they'll voice it very, very loudly. And I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
Everybody's allowed to have who they want on the radio, you know? If it's a hip hop station, it works.
Right. That's what
if it's an urban AC station, which is completely different. It unfortunately, it doesn't. You know, with the times changing, yes, but back then, no, for a while when I first started, no.
Like when we listen to Hot 97, we listen to 105, we want to know that there's people like us on the other end of that. You know,
but it's a hip hop station. Those are hip hop stations.
Right. So you saying so WBLS wouldn't work for you?
I mean, I would love to be on BLS. Like, hello. don't take it as I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like when I speak like this, I'm speaking as a program director almost.
Okay.
As a program director, you have to create the image of your station, just like your podcast. Your podcast is about having fun. You know, you invite everyone. But as a program director, if I say I am an urban AC station gearing towards African-American women, 35, 54, then I need to have my talent portray what I am asking for. Right. You know, even though I could stand in anywhere and be amongst all types of nationalities, no one would pick me as if I didn't speak. If I didn't speak, people would think I'm African-American. They'd be like, yo, you're black from around the block.
Right.
But as soon as I speak, then they'll be like, all right, you're Hispanic. So when you're on radio, it's not how I look, it's about how I sound.
Right.
So if I can't fit in the demographics, then no, I wouldn't work. And a program director has to live by what they stand for. That's like if I brought a non-speaking Spanish person to a Spanish station, it doesn't work. You know, if I brought a hip hop head to a pop station, it's not going to work. Right. Or a pop person to a light FM. If they can't change, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, because I can't be on La Mega. I'd be like, yo, what up? You listening to La Mega. Something. All right, my friend. Next. No, yeah, I'll jack that all up.
Yeah, but it only works if like you would be like a sidekick. You would be a specialty, but you wouldn't be the main person.
Right.
Which I'm okay with. Like if BLS, what up, Skip? That's the program director of BLS.
I know.
If he were, no, for everybody else, if he were to be like, yo, we want you to be a sidekick on the morning show, then I could do that. I wouldn't be the main person, but he would probably do a lot of research to see if the station would even want it. That's like a DJ. Listen, your boy can't come into a freaking 80s party playing hip hop. They're going to look at him like all types of crazy. They're going to be like, yo, what the hell you know about 80s music? Even though he probably knows. You know, so I just, and then,
yeah,
you know.
He older than dirt. Yeah, he knows.
Stop.
But
listen, 40 is young. I'm in my 40s.
Listen,
we're young.
I am too. So I just deny it on air.
I love my age.
Listen, I'm 21. I don't even have birthdays. I have anniversaries. So I'm still celebrating my 21st birthday. I'm just in my anniversaries of it.
No, oh man, no, I look forward to I can't wait to say 51 or 60. Oh, honey, I work hard for that age. Oh, yes.
I can see you now. Hi, Fabulous 50 here. It's La Loca.
Dímelo, and still looking snatched to the gods, thanks to Dr. Berger. Ow.
What would be, like, what is the ultimate goal for you right now? Like, what do you want to accomplish now that you haven't?
Of course, do morning. I've done every radio shift in my life. I want to continue to do radio. But I want to do mornings, and then I want to hopefully work on a podcast with my brother. And I was always against podcasts. Oh my God. As a purist of radio, I was like, podcast is the devil. But now, as time goes on, it's fun. You get to do what we can't do on the radio. You get to curse. You get to play music. You play any songs you want. Contrary to what everybody thinks, these DJs on the radio get to play what they want. They don't. Right. But on podcasts, you can have long conversations. You can stop the music. So I would like to do a podcast with my brother, but no music, just me and him having fun. And then one of my dreams is about to happen. So yeah.
What's the dream? What's the dream?
You'll find out hopefully soon. But I hate it when artists would come in and be like, "Oh, I got something coming. Tell me." And they'll be like, "I got something coming," and you'll be like, "Okay, so tell me." And they can't. I mean, I can, but this one, it's like Tinder's face. I want to keep it close to my heart. But it's acting, but
nice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see you on the main screen?
Not big screen, small screen. With television.
Okay. That's good. Listen, as long as you're working towards it, like I said, you are that person that I love to see. Like, genuinely, I want to see you succeed. I want to see you make everything. I want to sit back and be like, "Oh, I'm coming after La Loca. She's my motivation." Like, I tell everybody, like, when I say coming after, I don't mean coming after you physically, right? Like, I tell everybody, like, I look at Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And I just love what he has going on. And people go, "Well, what's your motivation?" I'm coming after Steve Harvey. Not in a negative way, but yeah, that's the bar that's set. He does the TV, he does the radio, and I'm like, this is where I see myself. This is where I want to be. I want to do these things like simultaneously. I want to take a jet and go to this radio station, then take a jet to go to the TV station, take a jet to go finish my movie, and then go back home and go to sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, those are the type of things that I want for me. And, I tell my kids that all the time. Listen, you're never too old to stop pushing. Like, push. If that's what you want, you keep pushing, you keep going. And one of my friends, I know you know him as well, Terry Bello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he's in ATL right now.
Yeah, he be doing Nashville radio and everything. I stay in touch with Terry a lot because Terry, he's been one of the guys that's always like, "Hey, listen, I'm watching, do this, do that," and he gives me pointers. And I feel like I'm calming down a little bit. I'm a little ratchet, a little rough around the edges, but
you have to be until you find out who you are. Not saying find out who you are, but until you find your groove, enjoy it. Like, especially now, you get to do anything when it comes to this podcast.
Yeah, and I like I say, like, I can't wait for the next step. Like I said, I'm putting my all into it, into my entertainment, as like everything that I've done, I can say that I'm happy with because I've done it on my own. Like, there is a lot of people ask, "Who do your editing?" I do my editing. I'm my own editor. I'm my own poster maker. I'm my own website person. I do everything on my own. At times it's hard, it's rough, and you want somebody, but I always feel like nobody will do it the way that I want it done.
Because you got your own image. You got the vision right here.
Right. And then when people don't move as fast as I want them to move, I'll be like, "Listen, all right, I did it already." They be like, "But you just asked me to do it yesterday." I say, "Yeah, but yesterday that was long ago. Like, now we're on to something different. I need it done now." And they go, "Oh, well, you should have said you needed it." No, I need you to be on with me. If you're not on the same wavelength as me, we got to go. And, that's how I felt with my friends. Like, you start moving on. Like, some of your friends, you start with, y'all all here together, but then at some point, somebody's drifting up and somebody's drifting down, and then nobody never understands, "Well, oh, he not the same." I'm not. And I won't be, because I want to elevate. I'm not comfortable with staying in that same place where we was as kids. Now it's time about elevation. It's time. We got families. We got houses to pay for, cars to pay for. Listen, it has to change.
Yep, it sure does.
So what do you see yourself in, let's 5 years?
5 years, I don't even know. Wherever, I don't know, wherever I'm supposed to be. I pray near my family and married to Tinder in 5 years. There you go.
I want to see right there. I want to see, and I'm going to go, I'm going to be the one with the t-shirt. It's La Loca Nintendo, baby.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, he got to go. Kick him
No,
out.
please. Let me tell you, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. No, it's not gonna be a normal wedding anyway. It'd be like just super chill. But besides married to him, I don't know, working somewhere with my brother. I'm a big family person. So my brother's in the entertainment business as well. He does sports commentary. He's a big boxing fan. So I pray, in 5 years, we're working together. I'm taking care of the music side. He's taking care of the sports side. And we're, doing a show together. And then I'm also doing morning radio. Again, I don't want to be the main person. I don't need that headache. I would like to be one of the compliments to the morning show.
But I love you as the main person. Like when it's just
I'll still be main.
Like when I listen to you, it's just like this whole energy, and you come on live. There's no build up. It's just there you go. Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many times I watched you and you was doing what do you call it? The astrology.
With Kim Allen, yes.
I used to be like, okay, birthday. Well, let me put birthday up.
Yes,
Let's see what it is. Let me see. And I was like, okay, you said I'm gonna get money. Where's the money? I'm looking for it. I'm like this, everywhere. I'm still looking, La Loca. What happened? She let me wrong.
Listen, I ask Kim all the time. It's so funny. There's Kim, who's my astrologer at Radio 103.9. I had this lady, the Star Goddess, we're also friends, the Star Goddess, and Andrea. They've all said the same thing. It just doesn't happen right away. It's like, yo, these bitches, and I say this with love. Okay, I'm sorry, but these broads, what they say, it don't happen until maybe like 5 months later. Andrea, Kim said something when I first started. This thing happened. And mind you, I write down a lot of things that they say because I want to make sure. Because I'm like, yo, I ain't messing with no frauds, right?
Right.
Freaking 2 years later, it happened. I was like, I would hit her up and be like, yo, you said this at this time, and look what happened.
Mm.
But again, it's all God. But he does
exactly.
have little
Look, but you want a sneak peek sometimes, you just
that's right.
It's all on God. But can you help me out? Can I know what I'm getting to? Can I know what I'm working for? Is it gonna happen? Like, you want to know. So, La Loca, I love you so much, man. Like, I love your spirit. I love everything about you. Like, you are so down to earth. I feel like we are homies. Like, I feel like a cousin. Like, hey, La Loca, can you come help me? I need you.
And I'll be like, yeah, what you want, I'm there. No matter what. But let me tell you something. You are phenomenal at what you do.
Thank you.
This right here, I know as much, and I want to say this to anybody who wants to be on the radio. It's all love. Like, come on in. But if you could be your own moneymaker and your own boss, do it.
Yes.
Because once you cross over to this side of this world, because all I know is radio. Like that's my baby. That's my first love. It popped my cherry. It did everything to me. That's what I love. But now that I'm learning the podcast side and I'm doing this right here, the podcast is way better than any terrestrial. Yeah. You get to have fun. You get to enjoy yourself. Don't rush to come over on this side because that check ain't that good.
Now I ain't gonna lie.
And the fame ain't that good either sometimes.
I ain't gonna lie. I do want that side.
Have it.
But I like you said, I don't want to rush into something. And again, it's not even just about the money. Of course, we want the money, but I just love to be heard, and I love that if I could help somebody in that process of me talking my mess, that somebody gets something out of it, somebody's entertained.
Yeah. Okay. So when was the first time you cracked that mic? Like, Love and Basketball, when you first fell in love with hip hop, when was that first time you cracked that mic and you were like, yo, and Mr. Rasheen, When was the first time you touched that table where you were like, yo,
I was
this is
10.
it?
Yeah, you go first, Rob.
I was 10. I was 10 years old when I first got my first pair of turntables.
Was it given to you or you asked
No,
for it?
my mom's bought them for me.
Out of the blue?
Yeah, because she knew I always wanted to, like I was always listening to music. So when Red Alert was on Kiss FM, I used to record him on Fridays. I used to I think I used to go to the store like on Wednesday and buy cassette tapes and just record Red Alert on Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
So then one day I just asked her, I said, Mom, can you just buy me some turntables? And she said, okay. And she went and bought them. So.
And what was the first thing, like when, I guess Red Alert was the person who opened you up to this. Do you remember the first thing he said that you were like, yo, I want to do this? Or the first record he played or scratch?
There was a lot of records, but the one record that I always heard people really cutting and scratching on was the Run DMC record, like Sucker NCs.
Yeah.
And everything. Nice. So that, and then looking at that video, looking at Jam Master Jay, just made me want to actually go into really DJing. So I remember carrying the crates of records up the stairs and down the stairs, and you know, it was some hard times, but I got through. Now we're using computers now to do everything. So
much your back is loving it right now.
Yeah.
What was the first record you played?
Ooh.
The first record
and the first scratch. The first scratch.
I believe it was the Run DMC record. Yeah, because that was the first record that I brought. I went to the store and I just kept looking for this record. And the guy said, "Oh, we don't have no more." And I'm like, "Well, call me when you get some in." And one of my friends called me. He was just like, "Yo, I'm going to bring. I think I got 2 copies at home." So I said, I said, "How much you want for it?" He said, "Don't worry about it." So he just gave it to me. And then it was just like every time I got money, I was just running back and forth to the record store. So now
and the first scratch.
The first scratch was Eric B and Rakim. So
nice.
And the first perfect blend.
Well, I didn't start doing blends really. I was more trying to like, you know, get myself known. And I just wanted to make sure like this is something that I really wanted to do before I go and start, you know, spending all of this money. I dropped a Rihanna Bitch Better Have Your Money remix like in 2015.
Yeah.
And I didn't think when I put that remix out that it was gonna take off the way it did. And when you got, you know, Funk Master Flex, Camelo and Enough, you know, playing those records and everything, then it's like you made it.
Yes.
And it's like some of my friends today, they be like, "Yo, did you get paid for that remix?" And I'm just like, "No, because I didn't go to no studio and do it. I did everything in my house." So it's like, I think if you have the equipment at home, you can do anything you want. You just got to put your mind to it and just do it. And I thank God for my brother Spazzo because he's on Hot 97. So when I did the remix, I sent it to him. And he said, "We're going to just change up just a little. We're not going to change up the whole thing." And then I remember, and he called me. He said, "Yo, go outside because I'm about to play the record on the air." And then right after that, I think in 2015, for the whole summer, that record got played every day on the air. And I was just like, you know, this is crazy. And I had friends calling me like, "Yo, your record is on a radio. Turn on the radio." And I'm just like, I did the remix, so I don't want to hear it. Like, and now I get to parties now, they still play it. And I'm just like, "Yo, you don't have to play this record because I'm here." So
he makes remixes back and forth. And then when I see him on Facebook, I'd be like, "Yo, I looked in my inbox. I didn't get that." And he'd be like, "I'm sending it to you, bro." I'd be like, "Oh, my man, there you go." Like, it is what it is.
The first one.
No, I just love to hear him mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rasheen could take me on a ride where I'm like, okay, this is where I'm at. Like, you know, and I could be mellow. Like, Rasheen knows how to mellow me out. Even at the shows, he'll look at me, I'll look at him. He'd be like, "You ready?" I'd be like, "I'm ready." Whatever you go. And then we go from there. And that's it. We've been working probably, 5 years now straight strong?
Yeah.
And shout out to Rob Garris, who brung it all together for us. Like, without him, like, we just wouldn't have met, and it just began to be a team. Like, Rob's my go-to guy. Like, and it's hard to catch his ass though. When he tell me he can't do it, I'm hurt. I'm crushed. Cause I be like, shit, who am I gonna get?
Yeah. Oh, don't you hate working with no, again, I love all you DJs. Y'all cool. But when you got that one, I hate having to work with a new one because it's like, yo, you don't get me, I don't get you. And everybody got to, like, it's almost like pulling out the dick. Who got the bigger dick? Unfortunately, I ain't got one, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull something out of somewhere. And we're going to get this going the way I want it to. But
I hate when when you book these performers, right? And they know they coming. You need to have your music on a flash drive. Some people now, they come with the CDs and you tell them.
No, they have it on their phone and they want to airdrop it to you. Be like, yo, just have a flash drive. It's easier to input it. You know, my computer might crash.
Yep.
Like,
yes.
And I'm not even a DJ and I know this. I'm like, yo, come on. I don't have time for you to find Wi-Fi to airdrop it or send it to me. Just put it on the drive and give it to me.
We know a lot about that. They be like, yo, bro, I ain't getting no service. Well, then you ain't getting no song. That's how I feel. Next.
Bro, for real. And or they email it to you, or there's a virus on it, or there's something wrong with it that is not done right. And they look at you like you crazy, like you messed up the record. No, I didn't. Just give it to me early.
But you ain't gonna put my DJ out there like it's his fault.
I'm the defender of the DJ. Like, you ain't never talk sideways. I'll talk sideways because that's what we got going on. But I'll be damned if you gonna talk sideways on my DJ. Like, nah, it's not his fault. It's your fault. So get the fuck up out of here.
Him, we could talk like that, but I'll be damned if somebody outside gonna talk like that. No, like we don't do it. Don't do it. Tread lightly.
You don't want these problems. You don't want
tread lightly, man. Calling my sister La Loca. Okay, say something to me. But this was great, man. Like I said, I appreciate you so much for being just who you are, being an open book, being so transparent. Like I said, with the whole Tinder family, you know, like I feel like I'm who you call Gordo?
Oh, my nephew, my sobrino.
I feel like I know him, like watching him grow up, and you know, then him being, congratulations to him, his first. He's a freshman now in high school. Yeah. See, like I feel like I've grown up with your family, like, and that's how I think it should be. Like when you growing up with somebody and you're so transparent, it's like I feel like I know you for years. I just appreciate you so much for coming on today and just kicking it with us. I had so much planned that I wanted to say, and I was like, you know what, just let's go. Then technical problems almost stopped us, but you know.
Listen, I want to come back, so save them for next time.
Listen, you can come back whenever listen, this is your home. If you just want to come and kick it and just say, yo, listen, what's up? I'm here. I just want to do it. I'm for it. I don't have nobody. We can broadcast anytime you want. Like, it's on us.
Listen, okay, so I'm going to Florida on Sunday. I want to do us three and my brother, all of us together. You are going to die with us all together.
Oh, just remember this. The gloves is off. Now we are officially family, so it's going to be some more crazy talk, for real crazy talk.
Yeah,
so
come
on. Be like, yo, so.
Hell yeah, yo, you would love it. It's going to, okay, we're going to set this up at least in a week because I'll be there for a month.
Oh, wait, before we go, I have to ask you your opinion. Monica and Brandy. Who did you go for? Did you see the verses?
I didn't watch it. I wasn't like, I like R&B, but when I want to see these verses, I want to turn up, you know, like the Beanie, like the Snoop. I wasn't really here for it. I really was never here for, I know people are going to kill me. I was never here for Monica or Brandy back in the day.
Ooh, nice. Well,
I mean, I listened to the songs, they were popping. But I was a married girl all the time.
I know you saw the memes though. I know you saw the memes. The shoes.
Memes. The meme of Monica like this.
Wait.
Brandy in her own world. They were like, according to the memes, it was just a hot mess. But I could be wrong. I didn't watch. I wasn't here for that one. I should have been though, because that looked good, like the shadiness. But no,
it was a good competition. I think it's just all the side little shots at each other just didn't. I just didn't understand that.
She was
that's
like,
not what verse is supposed to be about. Verse is supposed to be fun.
She said,
supposed to be.
She said, "Ho, ho."
But you know what I think everybody is really waiting on to see if Mary J. Blige is gonna do it.
Yo, who would you want her to go up against? I don't want her to go up against anybody.
You know what I seen? I seen some posts. They want to see her and Keisha Cole go at it, but
Keisha Cole can't hang with Mary.
But that's what I said. I said the same thing. Like,
she don't even have enough catalog to go with Mary.
Mary J. Blige got records that I'm sure that some records that didn't even get out. She must got those stores somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Mary.
But then who could rock with her though?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's out right now. I mean, vocally, no, nobody. I don't know.
That's what I said.
That's a good question. Who would battle Mary J. Blige? There is absolutely nobody in that lane like Mary though. Like,
and not with the history,
right?
Because if anything, I would have said maybe Whitney, but Whitney would have outdone her because Whitney is Whitney.
Would you put Whitney and Mary together? I just think that's like two separate.
It is two separate, but I don't know who else to put up against Mary.
That is
I don't have nobody else.
And you can't put Alicia Keys up.
Nah.
Because that's different.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Mary, yeah, there is nobody. Mary would kill whoever's in that next spot.
One of my friends inboxed me and said Beyonce, and I said no, that's not going to work. That's never going to work.
I ain't gonna lie. It sounds a little. It sounds good though, but I don't know because together.
I think if you were to put Mary and Beyonce together in a battle, it would be like Mary will be giving her soul. I don't know if Beyonce would. Beyonce will give us dance moves, but when Mary, if I was gonna put anybody in there just for the vibe of it, Jennifer Hudson or Fantasia.
Somebody said Lauryn Hill. That might. I would give it to Mary though. But,
yeah, Mary would win because she has more.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, Lauryn Hill, she was great until she went nuts.
But you know what
she just found a different lane.
That one now that little. You
know what I said to somebody? It's just like, what whoever Swiss Beats and Timbaland bring, they need to bring that energy that Monica and them had, because they set the bar.
The shadiness.
Listen, they had 1.2 million on Instagram alone.
Yeah, but we were all looking we were looking for shadiness. Well, not me, because I didn't look. But what people were looking for was just the shadiness and the claws. We wasn't even anything really for the music. I don't think so, because everybody kept talking about just them beefing.
Yeah.
Leading up to it and even after. Like, if you're gonna do it again, I want the same vibe of Snoop and DMX.
Yes, I think that was the best battle so far.
No, Beanie.
That was a good one.
That was comical to me. That was more comical to me.
You know the part that I like when the cops, he said the cops trying to shut him down. Yo, he said, "Wait, the cops here."
Yo, Beanie, I was rolling.
And that's what a versus should be like. You're having fun, rolling out. They're acting out. When I saw the one with Babyface and Teddy Riley,
I was over it. I was over that.
That's too serious. Don't take yourself just have fun. Yeah. DMX in the back, and then they're dancing to each other's record. They're singing to each other's. I loved it. I love both of them.
I ain't gonna lie. The Monica and Brandy thing, they complimented each other so much that I thought it was so phony. Because after every song, girl, I just love that record that you made. And it was like, girl, I loved your record too. And I was just like, all right, this sounds way too messed up. Like, it don't sound like, okay, this is fun. They were just every song they compliment each other. And then again, I ain't gonna lie, I was over the poems with Brandy. Like, okay, listen, introduce the song, let's go for it. Like, let's go for it. And no disrespect.
You know who I think will have the best live verse, and I'm talking about, and they both have a great catalog together because it's not really that big. Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia. I would do anything for those two together.
Oh, that would be a nice one.
Yep.
Yo, they be going to church, shoes off, dancing, just saying.
Yeah, that would really be nice. Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia.
They're even. They both came from American Idol. They both have their music. One may have outdone, you know what I'm saying? Might have outdone with the awards, but still, they both could, and they both could sing. They could do backup for each other. Like,
who would you give it to? Who do you see winning if you had to pick somebody?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, man.
Because
that'd be hard because they both got the same energy. They both could sing. Like, that's super hard.
Right. That is wow.
That'd be a good one though.
That would definitely.
What about rappers world? What rapper would you want? Another rapper's coming in for verses.
Hello,
rappers.
You want LL Cool J against who?
KRS-One.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that way, because you know what?
Just because of the history, I want to see that.
Yeah, but you know, KS1 threw a shot though. When you really look at it, he said
he can't hang with me.
Can't hang with him. So it's like now you.
That'll be another Monica and Brandy.
I got one right now. LL Cool J and Will Smith, just because they both made records for ladies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But LL will win this one because Will didn't have that many records.
Yeah.
Summertime.
Yeah.
And Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yo, who would be a real dope? I would love to see Bobby Shmurda and Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, nobody want to see that. I want to
just because I know it's about to be a rowdy fight after that, and I will be sitting miles away, just like this, looking at it, like, look at this here.
I wouldn't even watch it.
Oh my god.
I'll pass on that one. Just give me Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. That's it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
They try to get that done, but I don't know what happened to that.
Rakim was always my favorite.
I think see, Rakim is the best lyricist, but Big Daddy Kane is the best performer. He's the best, like, he brings the energy. Like, no disrespect to Rakim. Like I said, he hands down, he is one of the greatest MCs. But his shows, I've never really gotten into because he's not that performing type. You know, he's the lyricist. He's the professor. You know what I'm saying? He's going to hit you and he going to make you think. But sometimes you just be wanting to get in there like Big Daddy Kane here. Big Daddy Kane still do splits and he's over 50. You remember that, Rashid, when we was there?
Yeah, at the mansion, yo.
Yeah, I sat there, I was looking, and when we got a chance to talk to him, I said, yo, bro. I said, yo, listen, are you going to bring out the split? I said, no lie. I said, because you still be doing splits. He's like, oh, no, you know. And sure enough, he took that jacket off. Boom. I said, oh, shit. There you go. I said, yo, I can't even do that now. I can never split. Fuck that. I ain't getting up. I ain't gonna lie. I split. Guess what? Call 911 because ain't nobody getting up.
You're stupid. But listen, I forgot I have to take a test. I gotta go take my COVID test.
Okay.
So
later, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you, La Loca, for joining us.
Me.
I'll see you in about a week or so.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Bye.
We getting up out of here, y'all. We see you.
You are now tuned in to the craziest podcast.